Hello everyone, my name is Veritas and welcome back to Destiny, pre-recorded Destiny. This is a Golgoroth challenge mode kill. I have background while I talk about the current, this week at Bungie, the Bungie Weekly update, etc., and so forth. The new update, the February update, that's going to change a bunch of fun stuff that everyone's been waiting for, or 2.1.1, will be deployed on February 9th, along with Crimson Days. If you aren't familiar with Crimson Days, it is a 2v2 doubles Valentine's event, where once your partner dies, you become love-stricken and become hyper, super Mega Man, and everything is fun. If you want more information on exactly what Crimson Days is, I suggest going to Bungie's website and looking at the specifics on that, or I might make a video about it. Who knows? So anyway, this week at Bungie, the Bungie Weekly update, as they're renaming it and stuff and fun, they basically touched on some things that are going to be coming in 2.1.1, some things down the line, talking about special ammo and Crucible 3v3 game modes, and things like connection-based matchmaking and there being thresholds. I do want to point out at the very beginning of this that Deej is a very sassy motherfucker in this one. It's very spicy. I'll point to some specific comments in here that I was like, whoa, damn, Bungie has no chill. But in terms of special ammo, when you're playing a 3v3 game mode, you will no longer spawn with any special ammo at the beginning of the round, or the game. This is to, prevent, trials games or salvage or skirmish games that just start off with a bunch of people sniping or shotgunning, being douches. So the first chance you're going to get at special ammo is going to be when the first box spawns, and apparently those are being tweaked as well, to be more scarce. So hopefully that'll be a good change for that. I really am looking forward to there being not an enormous amount of special ammo. My worry is that there perhaps will be an abundance or a coming to fruition of invective users, or even icebreaker users in, non-light level game modes, just because those two exotics do regenerate ammo, and I also know that sidearms are not affected by the ammo, shortage at the beginning of rounds. People were theorizing, could you spawn with a sidearm, jump off the map to die, and then spawn with ammo? The answer is probably yes. You might get a bullet. It's not going to be worth your time, though, because the amount of ammo that's transferred is not enough to be, sufficient or, anything special. If you are a solo player and you play solo Crucible, good news for you. There is a new playlist called Freelance. That would be Freelance 6v6 and Freelance 3v3. They are mixed mode playlists and only accessible to solo players, and no fire teams are allowed. Freelance playlists will be available sporadically on weekly rotators in your director. Good. But it'd be nice to have that. I wish it was permanent. Maybe Freelance could replace something like Classic, something. I don't know. But it seems like having those on rotation instead of it being dedicated is kind of like a step in the right direction, but not entirely an entire step in the right direction. That is good, though. And if you're curious as to what those are, 6v6 is Clash, Control, and Rift, and 3v3 is Elimination, Salvage, and Skirmish. I've never liked potluck type playlists like that, always because they have one in there that I hate. Kind of like in Call of Duty, if you play hardcore, or you play big team battles, or large team whatever, it'll have one game mode that's shit, like Search and Destroy, or something in Halo would be Capture the Flag. A game mode people don't necessarily flock to. So in this term, I would say it's probably Clash, because I feel like Clash is a shitty game mode. But that's just my opinion. So even the 3v3, it's I'd play Salvage and Skirmish all day long, but I'm not going to play Elimination, things like that. So it's just personal opinion, but it's nice that we now have solo accessible stuff. I just wish it was available all the time. Moving on to connection-based things. Starting tomorrow, or the day this video goes out, starting today, earlier technically, Trials of Osiris will join the new and improved club for matchmaking, where, the fucking systems are all connection based, and fuck you for having a bad connection and stuff like that. Crimson Doubles and Clash are also, on the short range radar for, future improvements to Crucible as well. Currently, I think, what is it? Is it, Control and Rift? Maybe for connection based, they changed it. I think they added control to it, but I don't know how many there are. It might be maybe Rumble too, not really sure. Regardless, let's move on to the damage referee for connection stuff. The damage referee is basically a range of connections that you will or won't be connected to. This is where it's like I'm starting to sense that sass. Definitely starting to sense that sass. But essentially what they're saying is if you have a good connection, you will be connected to people that also have connections that are like yours, where you'll have good connections to them. And if you have bad connections, then you're going to be stuck with other people that have bad connections. So here it says what will happen in theory if my connection is bad. And what is his name? Paul Llewellyn replies with, if your connection is bad, we'll be giving you an even more reason to improve it. Expect to lose fights more often, and even when you think you shot first or escape behind cover in time, things will get much better once you fix your connection, but at least you'll receive fewer angry matches in the meantime. That's a little bit of a sass that I found. Before we move on to PvE, I want to go back up to the top and talk about something that I noticed in here. Go ahead and quickly, here it is. Regarding the ammo economy for PvP, people ask, in which playlist will these changes, be part of the new meta? And Derek says, don't say meta. The next question is meta, deal with it. There are snipers and so, but there's like a lot of back and forth, a lot of sass in this update, it feels like. I feel like Deej is getting a little cheeky, but I wouldn't blame Bungie for being a little bit irked by the community right now, and not irk McGurk, not that irk, but annoyed by the community being just kind of bitchy, but at the same time, it's partially merited for the drought of content currently. But like I said, it's not as bad as last year, but still there's some things that make it worse, and also because people coming in from Taken King didn't experience it last year. They came into Taken King saying this is the good Destiny, this is new Destiny, it's story and fun and missions and and it's great, this is what Destiny's supposed to be, and then there's an immediate content drought like shortly thereafter. So anyone that got it for Taken King or Christmas is experiencing like there being nothing to do. So it's like, well, Destiny kind of sucks, there's nothing to do. It's like, if someone uploads a video every single day, then suddenly it's just like no videos for a year, they're not going to do well. It's going to hurt. Or if a Twitch streamer streams, 5 hours a day every single day, and then just one day doesn't say anything and just kind of there's nothing else, it's like they're going to, lose their following. It's just, you got to keep up on this kind of stuff, especially a live game like Destiny. Bungie needs to kick their ass into high gear. Meanwhile, on the Dreadnought, things in reference to King's Fall, the Daughters phase, and I hope by proxy the Oryx phase, when you... if you've ever been the runner in the Daughters phase of Oryx encounter, you probably encountered an incredibly annoying issue where your camera would snap back to a default position. We fixed that, which should make the runner's job even more enjoyable, and that is quoted by Gavin Irby in regards to the Daughters of Oryx encounter changes. So if you've ever been Relic Runner and you hit X on the Daughters to take their shield, and you start to turn your camera, as soon as you come out of the animation, your camera will go back to where it started. I never thought that was a problem. I honestly have never been bothered by it. You just don't move the camera until you come out of the animation. Don't be a crybaby. Deal with it. Get better. Apparently that was a bug. I did not know, but apparently they're fixing that so you can just kind of come out of the animation facing a different direction now, which is fine. Good and all, but I don't really see if it needed to be fixed. Moving on to Ogres, Gavin Irby again says, we thought teleporting Ogres in the Oryx encounter were totally overpowered, so we nerfed them to the ground. Actually, there was an unfortunate issue where the bombs were capable of blocking the Ogre's pathfinding. That resulted in them occasionally making a frustrating teleport to get past the blocked path. Oryx challenge mode should be a little bit more forgiving. That's just kind of stupid to me. If you're, to begin with, before challenge mode was a thing, to start off with, you would think you wouldn't give the thing that an enemy drops a pathfinding obstacle, because say it drops one and the size of the thing it drops is as big as the opening it can go through. That's going to cause problems. Then even moving on to where challenge mode is, where they want you to have 4 orbs in each corner, that just kind of seems like a really, really stupid oversight on their part. But they're fixing it, so that's good. Good on them for actually fixing it. I did always notice that Ogres tended to teleport when the people in the middle and on platforms were slacking off and not killing them fast enough, so that'll be good. Hopefully that'll be better for teams that aren't necessarily carrying the damage output that they probably should be for that encounter. And that's pretty much all we have for the stuff like that. The video's gone dark. Apologize. Anyway, so thank you guys so much for watching. If actually, it's almost over. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any comments about the update, ammo, ogres, etc., Destiny, go ahead and leave a comment below. And if you're looking forward to the next DLC, whenever that comes out, or you have a Valentine for Murderfest, go ahead and leave a comment below. Other than that, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, very much appreciated. And until the next video, have a great day, everyone.